Hello and welcome to Doombringer, here as part of the multiplayer segment here at Realms Deep, where we have a wee duel tournament coming up for you. In this, the most bodacious, the most bombastic, the most visceral and virile arena FPS of them all. We've got some great players today as well. It's Resper, it's Cygnus, it's Prodigy and Reki in a little bit of an exhibition. And, well, I know these players very well. I've watched them play many, many times. And we should actually have a really good contest today. All of them with serious mechanical ability, with the brain to back it up as well. And, well, a lot of North Americans as well, which is a little bit different for Doombringer a lot of the time. As we are jumping on to the... Can I find the server? Probably. We are on Reki's server with our boys. We're going to be starting off with the first game, Resper versus Cygnus. After that, we're going to be going to Prodigy versus Reki, and then the bracket will play out. We're going to be watching each and every game today to a few best of threes, one best of five, one best of one, and it promises to be a real good time. If you are unfamiliar with Doombringer, do go give it a look, both on Steam and on the website. That's doombringer.eu for the website, and just search in Steam and you will find what is the free multiplayer and the paid first episode of the single player, which I do highly recommend. It is absolutely fantastic. So, we will be getting into the pick bands. It's going to be Cygnus dropping first. We'll walk you through our map pool. If you are familiar with Doombringer, it's going to make a lot of sense. If you're not, then oh well. We have Duel 1, the seminal Doombringer map. Duel 2, which is a Toxicity remake. Duel 3, a original for Doombringer. Duel 4, much the same, as inspired by Vertical Vengeance. GT4, which has been in a few different arena FPS, but really found its home in Doombringer. Fata Morgana and Aggressor. Now, Fata Morgana you may well know from CPM. It's in a few different games as well. And then Aggressor, I always get confused about the origins of Aggressor. I can't remember if it's Quake World or Open Arena or something. It's a strange one, though. It's a very, very different... it's a very different feeling to almost any other map, and a very different skill set as well. And it's where mechanics don't help you all that much, because you're all in these tiny little corridors. It's hard to miss. And especially watch out for Reki on that map. He is the reigning Aggressor Minicup champion. So we're going to be going to Duel 2 following the bans of Duel 1 and Aggressor. Duel 4 is in. We will be finding out our third and final map shortly. Duel 3 is out. That leaves us with GT4 and Fata in the pool. It's going to be GT4 to finish. That is Duel 4, Duel 2 and GT4. Very interesting set of maps, actually. Duel 2 we see a lot of. GT4 a middling amount, and Duel 4 very rarely indeed, but Cygnus is going for it, and that's interesting. I know Resper, we were talking the other day about the map pool, and he was happy about Duel 4. He said he probably wouldn't pick it, but he does like the map, and he's got a very strong rel, so that's going to come into play here. I'm on board with Resper as we see what he can do versus the #1 seed in the tournament. Off the bat, he's going to be finding that lightning gun. Now, making his way over to the already taken Mega, but will get his lone YA. Now, looking for a fight. But Cygnus has the rail and has the range advantage. Resper feels that he has to close in. Doesn't really connect with the rockets, though, and it's just too much from Cygnus. And, yeah, commanding beginning for him. Cygnus now on the low ground. You can see with so few resources on the map on Duel 4, 2 YAs, 1 Mega that spawns every 2 minutes. Even if you are leading, your stack advantage can often be minimal, and it can swing back and forth in a big way. That's going to be Respo on the board now. Let's see what he does. He's going to play around the middle. 250s are gone. Would love to make his way to the YA, but isn't really going to get the opportunity. Still has rail advantage at the moment. Tries to push it a little bit. Runs out of slugs though. And now going over to the YA, but it's a blind jump. And well, Cygnus drops down afterwards. Respo, he's going to go for the RJ. Getting some decent damage done here. Desperately wants those 225s, but well, Cygnus knows it and he collects. That's for now. Really limping by. And Cygnus, you can feel it, but the 250s go the way of Respo. Cygnus immediately onto the Mega, but he gets taken down. And that's Respo. 1 to the good now, double RJ. Now with the aggression falling onto Gotling though, is it a bit foolhardy? I think it was, but he's still looking for the frag, misses that rail, and that is unfortunate. 3-2 now for Respo, but it could well have been more. Respo will hit that one rail. And make his way to the YA. Okay, Respo gets caught out. That is unfortunate for him. 3 for 3. People in the chat saying Cygnus has already won. Interesting point of view. Not too sure about it myself. Certainly is looking to be a good position for him though. Respo trying as he might. Ooh, that's an unfortunate turn of events, as we are now 4 to 4. Everything getting a little bit messy. 3.5 minutes in now, and Cygnus, look at this LG, but the deterring fire that Respo will just about keep him back. Very intelligent here from Cygnus to go through the telly. Picks up the 50. It's tempting to get the other 50, but he knows he's got not enough time if he wants to YA as well, but immediately off the spawn. Respo with the aggression, with the LG, and Cygnus struggling here for space, for a little bit of room. Already onto that YA, but oh, that is brutal. And that's the Doombringer shotgun right there. 144 damage if you hit all the shells. That's going to be Cygnus now. 7-5 up. He's had the most recent Mega. He's got a YA in hand. A little bit of damage there. But the 50 and positioning. You got to love this position of Cygnus. Cygnus. Push back a little bit. Good rockets. Keep him in this. And there it is. Shotgun to finish, as is so often the case. A different style of duel here on Duel 4. Cygnus with another pretty confident frag. Would love that LG box, I'm sure. Instead, he's going to settle for a YA, try and hit a hero rocket. Dropping down onto the rail. Important to keep your opponent away from the rail ammo, more so than the weapon itself, really, but both quite important. This can be a very rail-heavy map, though I think the better players we've seen here have actually found ways to really make the other weapons effective as well. The rail's efficacy is quite obvious. I think the way that you use rockets, like that, is somewhat developing. Look at this. Cygnus pushing in with the OG, got a lot of damage done, wasn't able quite to take the frag, and now Respa's back with full health stack. They're going to be even. Opportunity, I feel, for Respa. Asking in the chat about co-op. Co-op is part of the game. It's out. It is playable and it's good. Cygnus here, not overreaching at all. Knows he's got the lead, but also that in Doombringer, a game that is so fast and has such a brutal spawning system sometimes, that it would be very easy to throw this lead away against a player as good as Respa. Bang. Cygnus, 12-7 now, and should clean up that frag, doesn't. Pretty out of character for him. But I gotta say, for this being Cygnus's pick and him being the top seed, Respa being the lower seed, and Respa's playing at a roughly 90 ping disadvantage, this is really close. Actually, this is so close, I worry about Cygnus in the series. Of course, the netcode is quite impeccably good in Doombringer. Best in class, I'd say, just as the spec cut is, just as everything is. Respa jumping through with that shotgun. My oh my. That's bold. Lovely frag from Respa. There is. Well, it's going to be tough. Let's see what he can do. He's on the hunt here. Cygnus does just about get away. Respa, yeah, fumbling a little bit. Unable to keep that beard on him. And that should be that. It does look like Cygnus is going to take the first map of the series here on Duel 4, but so he should. It's his pick. He's the high seed. Respa on Duel 2 could be quite a different affair. I certainly think it will be. And this is one of the beautiful things about Doombringer. The map pool, and I say this as the person that came up with the map pool, but the map pool is brilliantly diverse. You have such a variety, such a range, and you know, you lose on one map, it can mean almost nothing about your chances on the next. That's going to be Cygnus taking the first one, though, as we move on to Duel 2. That is Toxicity, or Pucker 322, or what's the other name it has? God only knows. Too many names these days. But, Evolution. There we go. We're going to have some highlights. Look at this. It's Cygnus taking down Respa, picking up a couple of 25s. And, ooh, very tasty frag indeed. Couple of rockets here as well. And we are on Duel 2. Here we go. Cygnus is ready. Resper, I'm sure, will be ready very shortly, as he so often is. Resper's a gamer, man. He grinds. He plays lots of different games. He's always highly competitive in everything he touches. Doombringer is no different. The lone European in today's little exhibition. And I am on board with Resper as he's going to be picking up the Mega. YA as well. Goes quiet. Trying to bait on the LG. Ooh, Cygnus doesn't go for it. Instead, he's looking out to rail, I think. And now Resper actually gets the high ground position. But Cygnus with a direct. And yeah, he senses that's all he needs to get onto the item. Meets a rail in the back. But where's Resper got to go? It's a horrible position for him. He's going to have to duck and dive. And he's trying to get the damage done. Jumps out to the Mega. Will get it. Rocket's already there, though. And Cygnus for the damage so far will come out swinging as Resper. Not quite able to do the business there. If he'd got the 25s, it may have been different. Cygnus. Oh. That is some LG right there. He's hitting 37%, which is no mean feat in Doombringer. Even with the new-fangled net code. I tell you, Cygnus, hell of a player. He has taken Zorik close and yeah, he's doing some wild stuff now. Onto this red bell, he needs it. It's going to be 9 armor for him. And oh, Resper doesn't hit the rail either. And he can't get on the Mega, surely. Cygnus going to come through the telly. A nice little bit of damage here from Resper. And all with the LG. Is this opportunistic? Is this foolish? In the end, it's the frag for Cygnus. And you can see Resper here comes out with the grenade. It's a little bit desperate. And yeah, not going to happen. What a shot. Cygnus putting on a show right now. It feels like he's having to clutch out almost every situation to stick in this one, but, well, whether that's super sustainable doesn't matter. It's working for now. 5 to the good now. A quarter into this one. $200 on toxicity. Scary. Welcome to the Cygnus show. Resper. We'll answer back a little bit. Red and 4. Resper doesn't want to contest it though. He's looking for a rail and then to back away, I think. Maybe it'll set him up nicely for the Mega. DC damage, though, already coming out from Cygnus. Wanted to back away into the YA, but instead comes around the corner, rocket in hand, then the rail. But Resper, oh, that was bold. That he just moved all the way over to YA there, and then the LG, unlucky not to get Cygnus there, but it will be the red for Resper. And this is something he can build on. As you can see, Cygnus still struggling. 4 HP, 40 HP, 50 armor. It's not a lot to work with, waiting for the 225s to come up. Meanwhile, Resper patrolling almost everywhere else on the map and will come through the telly. Cygnus wants the 225s, wants the way. Ends up going through the telly himself, though. And now feels that he needs to make a play for red. Here's Resper, though. LG out. Is he going to get it done? Absolutely. And now it's Resper on the charge, trying to make up these frags. Oh, what is that? Unfortunate for Cygnus. And Resper? Oh, he actually got the Mega there. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. He's going to get the red as well. It's 200, 150. Cygnus wants an LG. I don't think so, buddy. Resper will send him packing briefly. Onto the way as well. Great control here from Resper. Damage, though, not too bad from Cygnus. Hits that rail. And okay, makes things a little bit awkward here. Does Resper come away from the red, which is the next major, to get some HP, or does he just sit on it stubbornly? Meanwhile, Cygnus gets free reign. He gets to pick up the weapons that he wants. Very, very difficult decision to make there, I think, for Resper, but he has gone for the safer pick. Stand your ground on the red, collect it, but now this Mega Assault hasn't gone that well at all. And Cygnus actually with stack parity right now. Onto the red, though, is Resper. Cygnus didn't push that one. And now, coming through the telly. It's risky, but he hits everything. Resper equalizes us at 5-5. I told you toxicity would be different. It always is in Doombringer. Each and every map, almost like a game unto itself, and Resper. Well, he likes the game he's playing right now. 6-5. 4 minutes and 5 seconds remain. Cygnus will get some decent damage out of the telly, but Resper stacks right back up. Onto the red. A little bit early. Resper a little bit wary by going for the Mega, but he now has all of this stack. Has all the ammo he needs, apart from the rail. Was looking to pick up the box there. The ammo super restrictive in Doombringer. It's something you've got to keep on top of. It's not like most other arena FPS games where ammo is just a given. In Doombringer, it's something you have to control, you have to time, you have to really consider at all times. Now switching over to the #1 seed, who's going to get killed, and that's 7-5 with 3 minutes remaining. Resper doing the business here, but oh, what is that? Two absolutely ridiculous grenades, and Resper doesn't know what to do with himself. And I do not blame him whatsoever. That is rough. Six to 6 now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Cygnus with a big rocket and looking for more, but no, it's the hit scan of Resper that comes out on top. Collects the Mega as his reward, and well, a little bit of posturing there from both of them, as they have health, but well, they've both got very little armor. Red coming up now, and it's going to be Resper's. Oh, so close. And just through the telly, Resper, you have no fear. I don't like that, actually. I think that was a little bit impatient of him. LG now, but oh, eats a direct rocket and still tries to go in. He does have rail ammo. Needs to hit the shots, and he will. Resper 8-6 off the spawn. Needs another, but the bolt is there. Very, very clutch there from Cygnus. He's going to collect the Mega. Wants to get on the red. The LG's good enough, though, and that keeps him off the major. Resper, 2 frags to the good. 1 minute and 30 seconds remain, and he's got the stack. He's going to be pushing in. Hits stab rail. Hits a little bit of LG as well, and one more shot will finish off Cygnus, but it's not going to connect once. It's not going to connect twice. Third time lucky, absolutely. And look at that. It's going to be Resper taking a commanding lead now on Duel 2. Duel 4 was close. This is maybe even closer. Cygnus comes out with the LG, but the ammo betrays him. And Resper with the 50, with the LG, with the confidence to go gun to gun with the #1 seed. Now 6 frags up, 35 seconds remaining. This is a formality. off the spawn. Resper with the LG. As long as he slow spawns here, he's fine. And we will be going to a third map in our first series of the day, as we love to see. And we are going to get a GT4. This really is the full spectrum of Doombringer maps, I feel. I mean, you could argue that a Fatra or an Aggressor or maybe Aerowalk's a little bit more hectic than Duel 2. But GT4, quite a conservative map in a lot of ways, kind of standard in my mind in terms of pacing. And then Duel 4's a wacky one, where the weapon balance is completely different. So yeah, we're seeing the whole spectrum here of Doombringer. As we do head to GT4, often considered, I think these days, as one of maybe the top 2 or top 3 duel maps in Doombringer, in terms of how robust it is, in terms of how much it rewards a varied skill set. We're going to be on board with Cygnus now as we get into GT4, following those highlights. And this is going to be YA for Resper, Mega as well. Cygnus picking up the red and a YA of his own. Resper looking for some damage there, but more importantly, looking for positioning onto the rail. Just straight man fight there. LG on LG, and Resper comes out on top. He is a mechanical monster when he wants to be. As I say, he competes in a lot of different games, was basically professional in Paladins, very, very good in Diabotical. Resper's just, he's a gamer, what can I say? He plays a lot. He takes it all very seriously, and Cygnus, well, he looks like Zorakor and he plays a little bit like Zorakor as well. This is a properly good bout right now, as Resper looks to make the upset happen with the low ground. It has cost him. Resper goes aggressive there, and Cygnus, yeah, oh dear lord, will clean on up. Coming down onto Resper, who's caught a little bit of no man's land there. We've seen it, the lower ground in Red Room. It's tricky at best. The positional advantage there is so huge for the guy on the high ground. Cygnus out with a great weapon switch. And one of the things that's really emblematic of good Doombringer play is how they manage to abuse instant weapon switch. Particularly the shotgun, but the rail as well, of course. It's hugely important. It's massively rewarded. And it's something that really only CPM players get to that same degree. I guess Warsaw players as well, right? Or War 4 these days. But yeah, it's very important in Doombringer because you can do 144 free damage. And that is, yeah, that's something. Cygnus will be getting the frag now. 8-1 up, and things look a little bit dire for Resper. The saving grace. No rail yet on Cygnus, so he could well be on his way to collect one now. No, actually. Goes out through top by 8. Wants to fight. Close range. Doesn't need a rail. Looking for the Mega as well. 225s. He would love them. Doesn't want to go too near that jump pad, though, for fear of Resper going aggressive. And I don't blame him. Oh, Resper will get the better of him outside of the telly and off the spawn. Cygnus fighting off a little bit more than he could chew. No. Smooth movement out of there, but oh, how does Resper hit those? As I'm saying, this guy can aim, he can move. His proficiency with the mouse and keyboard is not to be underestimated. He's on the Mega. He's got time to get to red. Rail is the play from Cygnus. He's looking for damage. He knows he can't contest straight up. The stack's too big for Resper. We'll come back here though, and senses that the positional advantage may have been able to help him there, but they're all missing so much. Has to RJ. This is a direct though, and Cygnus will be quaking in his boots, fearful of the rail that might have come but couldn't. No ammo there for Resper, but the frag comes shortly after anyway. And there it is, a beautiful quick switch, 6 to 9, now 4 minutes in, and Resper continues the onslaught. He is hitting everything right now. Nine to 9. Equalize now in this, the third map of the best of 3. What a series it's been thus far, and it's not over yet. 10-9 to Resper. Cygnus needs to take stock of his situation, I feel. He needs to slow it down just a little bit and decide what he's going to play for. Where's he going to find an edge? Is it going to be this next Mega in 25 seconds? Playing the low ground in Mega Room's interesting. The exits are pretty effective, but you only really have one option. And you can see that Resper covering the high ground. Oh, but Cygnus with the levitate. If it weren't for him running out of ammo in classical Doombringer fashion, that would have been the frag. Resper, though, backs on to the 50, needs to fight for this Mega, and will do so. Misses that rail, though, and gets collected in the end. That's Cygnus earning himself a Mega. Probably had a thought or two about jumping his way up to 225s first, but you just don't want to risk it. And that... oh, that ain't bad. 11 to 11 then. Cygnus onto the red. Mega in 5, Cygnus nicely positioned for it. Knows that top YA is up as well, and yeah, you can see. Just waiting for Resper. Should he want that item, he's gonna make his way over there himself. Red in 4, Cygnus on 200, 200. Resper's going to try and keep him out of the room. Now using the power of the LG. A direct rocket certainly helps. Now Shaft on Shaft, and Cygnus does the business. Off the spawn as well. I would say you love to see it, but I'm a bit of a Resper fan. Resper, one of the nicest guys in the scene, absolutely. And as I say, he takes it seriously. It's cool. He treats gaming, you know, like a sport, and has a very good attitude about things. 14 to 11, though. Cygnus looking to put the usurper down. Resper 4th seed out of 4 in this tournament. Cygnus 1st. This has been quite the match, but things are getting away from Resper. He needs something sooner rather than later, as he is hemorrhaging frags right now. 11 to 11 it was, 11 to 18 it is now. And he just keeps going. Fantastic play from him. Onto the red as well. Fantastic movement there from Cygnus through the little upper YA complex. And that's beautiful. Cygnus turning it on. Couple of rolls missed. Is this the opportunity for Resper? Looking for another roll. An uncharacteristic miss. Oh no! Surely not. Okay. Resper's in this. 2 minutes. It's Doombringer. This could happen. Resper with... that ain't the RJ you want, my guy. That is not the RJ you want. That was bad. That's alright, though. That's okay. Bang. Even bigger grenades. Resper throwing everything at him right now, including the kitchen sink. But it's not going to be enough. Cygnus picks up the frag. That will be our #1 seed advancing in winner's bracket. Slow spawning, of course, would win it for him here. And Resper, unfortunately, will be dropping to the lone best-of-1 match that we'll have today between himself and the loser of Reki versus Prodigy, which is going to be another really great match. I honestly can't call that one. I think the Prodigy, probably in recent form, has had slightly better performances. But Reki can turn it on, and we are going to be playing on NA servers. And there we go. It is going to be Cygnus 2-1 up. We're going to be now taking a look at the bracket. That is Cygnus through and Resper in the losers bracket. The expected result, but not in the expected fashion, I feel. As we will be getting into our next game very shortly. And just while we wait for players to filter into the server and get ready, let's watch some highlights. And welcome back to the Doombringer multiplayer section of Realms Deep. We will be getting into our next game. It's Prodigy versus Reki shortly, following what was an absolute barn burner in Cygnus versus Respite. It was a fantastic game, as Doombringer Duels want to be, and this one should be every bit as good. It is Reki versus Prodigy here. The man who made the game's netcode versus the man who has won a few games of Duel. Sorry, there's not much else to say about Prodigy. He's just very good. With Reki is the lifeblood of this game. Are you kidding me with that stat? That's ridiculous. That is... that is real unfortunate if you're Prodigy right about now. My poor boy. Reki going to be picking up 2 swift ones here on GT4. Big damage. With the shotgun, with the rail as well. Reki is hitting like a truck right now. Through the telly. Chasing. Misses that rail, but... where's he gonna be? He got him. Peekaboo. Whack-a-mole. Other... I don't know. Assortments of analogies. It's late, okay? It's like midnight. And I woke up at 5:30 this morning. We're gonna get weird today. Gonna get real weird. As Reki pushes in with that shotgun. Once again, it's just a weapon of choice. More damage coming out. All hit scan all the time. But, well, how do you like your own medicine, Reki? It doesn't taste so good. Prodigy. Well, yeah. Thought he was about to go on a bit of a run there. Didn't really happen, let's be honest. 5-1 now as Reki once again takes his place on the top spot. Not going for this red though. Instead he's going to be picking up the YA. A little bit of health for himself. And now out of the telly comes Prodigy. Once again the shotgun. Absolutely vicious. But ammo's a consideration here for Reki, and the positioning's kind of horrible. If Prodigy's brave enough to go for it, yeah, he'll get on that Mega. Shot coming out. Reki married to the shotgun at this point. And, you know, I would like to marry the shotgun in Doombringer. I feel like they'd be a great partner of mine. Prodigy now looking to answer what has been the question posed by Reki thus far. He's going to go on that way eventually. There we go. Big stack for Prodigy. Prodigy gonna collect. Shotgun, the weapon of choice for both of them, but oh, it's jammed. It's just completely out, and Reki has ammo. And I tell you, that pays dividends rather in a game about shooting. It really does. Now, I'm not either Swiss or American, so I don't know much about guns. But as far as I'm aware, they need bullets. Or shells, or slugs, or beams of light. I don't know. Reiki getting the damage done. Oh, look at that. He just charges in. And Prodigy wanted nothing to do with it, and I don't blame him. Bang. Reiki, 93 now. Standard Doombringer, really. You know, just getting killed by a grenade that neither of you knew existed. Classic. Just vintage Doombringer right there. Straight onto the Mega is our Prodigy, 200 health, no armor to speak of. Looking at top way, gonna take a rail for it. And look at Reiki come in with the shotgun. The shaft now trying to deter him. Rockets, the last call, the last bastion of hope, but it's gonna work out for Prodigy, who will take the frag. And now has a difficult decision to make. Does he sit on the red? No, he doesn't. Through the telly, collected by Reiki, who now hits the rocket, hits the LG. No, it's a second rocket that'll do it. Now onto the rail immediately. Prodigy wants to jump over to the red, but you can't do that versus Reiki. He's mechanically too strong. Now making his way over to the LG, and Reiki needs to hit the final one to deny the Mega. Instead, Prodigy lives, but not for long. Gotling comes out, and Reiki now 12-5 up, looking strong. Up close. Prodigy gets the better of it. Dagger up in 4. It's going to be difficult for Prodigy to get over there. Both do a little bit of a two-step shuffle. It's Prodigy shooting people around corners now. Alright. I respect it. He's been watching the film. Oh, what was it called? That stupid film where they're like, they bent the bullets with their guns. It was absolutely ludicrous. It wasn't very good either. We're gonna Google that movie. Wanted. There we go. What a game. No, what a film. Rednav Prodigy, as he is still in this. Oh, that is a fantastic shotgun shot for someone that had none of Reiki on his screen just a tenth of a second before he fired. I don't know how he did that. That was a sick flick, but it didn't matter as Reiki's now back on it, 15-8. And he only needs 1 or 2 more, I think, to really, really just cement himself in this map. Prodigy, if he's going to do something, needs to do it now. A Hurricane Rama from the top rope. Prodigy will get the frag. And this is doable. It's not easy, but it's doable. If you're hitting shots like that, and Reiki's going to throw his body at you. Thanks to make up, 1.5 minutes to do it in rail, jumping up the stairs. Oh, he's a madman! That is fantastic from Prodigy. More? Absolutely. I don't understand how he's hitting these shots. Through the rail. With the rail. Bang! Let's go. Prodigy. He is making it happen, and I'd all but written him off. But he's hit absolutely everything, and he's not stopping. Why would he? Why would he stop? Ah, there we go. So you can throw into this absolutely despicable... No way. No way. get your Doombringer binds out, ladies and gents, because that was vintage Doombringer. But oh no, Reki, he's going to have to go out with the fists. Oh, and he does it 17-14. What a way to potentially lose this absolute nail biter. This has been supremely entertaining. 3 frags to make up. Prodigy still going to try. Reki needs to hold his serve, and he can't do it. 2 frags to make up, 15 seconds to do it, and it's almost impossible, but it is doable for Prodigy. If it's doable for anyone, and he's going to push on in. Look, it took a little bit too long, I feel, though, to get that frag, and now has to find Reki off the spawn. 1 frag, 1 too many. And we're going to the highlights. There was a lot of them, I'm sure. That was absolutely sensational. Dear Lord. What did we do to earn these games today? All 3 of Respa versus Cygnus, absolutely fantastic. And now Reki Prodigy, giving us one of the all-time great maps in Doombringer history. And now we get to go to Aggressor? Sign me up. Reki taking that and now going to his map pick, looking to turn this into a swift 2-0. Prodigy, though, still absolutely capable of taking this. Not only the map, but the series as well. Here we are then on Aggressor, a very different map. Is that going to be the change of pace that Prodigy needs, or is it going to play even further into Reki's comfort? We're on board with Prodigy off the bat, who is going to make a beeline for the rockets, trying to get damage onto the Mega Red himself. But the shotgun coming out from Reki doing absolutely massive damage. And that is enough. Playing from the rockets, Reki knows a thing or two about this map. You stay in the center, your LG should go uncontested, and you get to do things like that because, you know, Doombringer. Prodigy. Just about managing to keep Reki at bay there. All now back on to the Gotling, trying to circle back for the Mega. Knows that he needs some knockback on his next shot, but ooh, Prodigy makes a mistake on the movement. That's going to be red for Reki, and it could well be the Mega as well. If he gets both majors here, that is ugly for Prodigy, who's looking to try and make the jump. Wanted to cover himself off a little bit. Does an absolutely sensational bit of movement there to avoid just about everything, and fires back himself. 3 to the good is Reki, but the stack advantage goes to Prodigy. Oh, jumping out, jumping on, and I can't believe any of what's just happened. He had 1 HP. He just about did it. Instantly, Reki spawns in front of him. Shotgun to the face. We move on. It's 3-3. Doombringer, welcome. It's a ludicrous game, and it's so good. It's Doombringer.eu for the website. Just search Doombringer in Steam. Go play the single player, where you won't get absolutely destroyed by Prodigy each and every day. And it's 5-5 there. Reki playing on the low ground, trying to abuse the LG. Prodigy. Feel like you should have got more of that. Instead, it's Reki on the Mega. Shotgun to finish. YA as well. That's every major for, I think, 2 whole cycles at this point. Reki in a commanding position. I'm just going to press tab and have a look. The items have actually been pretty mixed up, but Reki recently getting the better of them, and oh, that's a simple frag for him. Well, Prodigy will bring him down much lower than he was. This is Reki's house, and don't you forget it. Maybe on the Mega as well. Looking for the finish. The stylish one at that. to 5. Reki. Pretty comfortable at the moment, I feel. I'll let the play speak for itself for a little while. Watch how Reki navigates this map. He's very smart about it. Very smart about how he uses the different levels of the map. So the floors, I guess. They all have different uses. They all favor different guns. They all need to be approached in a very different way. And it's not as simple on this map as high ground beats low ground, or even vice versa. It's much more nuanced than that. Also, this game has a random spawning system, so there's that. The way that works is you can spawn anywhere on the map, regardless of where the opponent is, but you can't have the same spawn twice in a row. But of course, that's an interesting one, because Reki has been alive now for about 3 minutes. He won't remember where he spawned, and neither will Prodigy. Whereas Reki, if he kills Prodigy off spawn, knows he won't get a spawn frag in the same place immediately after. to 5, and you begin to worry. That you do. How's everyone's weekend been? I went for a test drive of the new Volkswagen ID3 today and then went to the cinema. It was delightful. Hope everyone had a good one. I got a date tomorrow. It's gonna be good. And meanwhile, Reki is just doing Reki things. Bang. Look at him go. Look at Prodigy just not go. He's trying. He might get a frag here. Yeah, he will. Nice. Now, let's see what he can do. Pushing in with the shotgun. Maybe. Yeah. Prodigy back on the board. Spawn frag as well. I'm almost starting to believe. I need to see 10 more frags like this, and then I'll believe. And this is Doombringer. That could happen. Oh, gives away the way out. That hurts, actually. Very smart, though, to cover off the shotgun. Oh! Reki almost made an absolutely fantastic play there. If he pulls that off, it is curtains for Prodigy. Instead, he barely gets to hang on. will find himself 225 zone. That changes things quite a lot. But no, Reki comes roaring back, and I really feel like he only needed one or two, just needed to halt that momentum to secure this match. It's not undoable right now for Prodigy, especially without the great equalizer that is the telefrag. The mutual one at that. Prodigy gets taken down by Reki's Fist, who's now just feeling himself by the looks of things. Prodigy will take advantage ever so briefly, but... well, 12 frags with 2 minutes remaining is a little bit different even to 12 frags with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. And it's going to start to feel pretty hopeless for Prodigy. There we have it. Prodigy making it interesting. Can he continue with this form, with this pace? No, absolutely not. Reki applies the emergency brake. And that streak is over. GG is called. And that will be Reki moving on both of our North American players, taking down their European opposition and heading to the winners bracket final. Here we go. Reki 2, Prodigy 0. Let's have a look at those brackets, see where we are. It is Cygnus and Reki in the semi-finals, the winners' finals that is. Resper and Prodigy meet in a best of one in the losers bracket. And just so you can enjoy that series a little bit more, here are the highlights. Oh, hello there, and welcome back to the Doombringer multiplayer exhibition segment of Realms Deep. We are about to get into our winners bracket final. It's a North American derby between Cygnus and Reki, both winners of our opening matches. Cygnus having come through Respa, Reki through Prodigy, as you just saw. And we're about to see a new map for us on the stream today. It's Fata Morgana. Now, this is an interesting map for a few reasons. One, it's not native to Doombringer. It was originally made for CPM by the very good player and map Terrifier. The other thing that makes it interesting is that ammo is absolutely everywhere. Doombringer is almost always a game about ammo, almost above everything else, almost above weapons, almost above items. Like, they're much more equal in this game than in others, but you don't have to worry about that on Fata. And also, there's no rail, so it is a wild, beautiful, different and distinct flavor of Duel. We're going to be on board with Reki to begin with, who's going to be taking this fight, and it does not go his way. Cygnus is going to take him down now with the shotgun. No, make it the Gotling, shredding him away, but Cygnus with the spawn. That is a Doombringer right there. As you can see in the chat, Cygnus going to take down Reki 3-1 already. This is going to be a slugfest. Haymakers fly each way. A rocket there from Cygnus as Reki now comes through the telly, is collected. All the knockback in the world wasn't going to make Cygnus miss there. Now onto the Mega, pushing on forward, but the grenades, fantastic from Reki, and he's going to do it. Shotgun up close. Now Cygnus though, trying even with the fist. Shotgun takes him down. A couple of 25s left for Reki. What's going on? Nobody really knows, not even me. And breathe. Or don't. Or don't breathe. Why would you breathe? Why would you breathe? 7-3 Cygnus. Pushing forward relentlessly with the rockets. On the low ground, Reki's making so much work happen with this shotgun, but the rockets are too good. Cygnus rebuffed for now. 225s now dropping back down. Mega's not up anytime soon though, and I feel like he could be giving away the red here, but Reki's timing not that great either. What is that grenade? What is any of this? What is going on? And then that happens, and you know, it's really underwhelming. Yeah, all right. Casual. 11-4 on Cygnus's pick. Should be his pick anyway, I see. I would hope that everything was done properly. It probably was. Reki's a smart fella. Or is he? No, he's he's brain dead. Why is he pushed in there? Oh, he's just jumped at him. That is ridiculous. Fantastic from Reki though. Oh, what a rocket. Cygnus got away with murder there, quite literally. Big rocket. And Cygnus, yeah, he's going to clean that one up. Avoiding the grenades. Cygnus, I gotta say, looking really comfortable here on first up. Really, really nice. Hasn't been flawless play by any means. I feel like he has given Reki some opportunities, but is executing to a very high level, which makes it difficult for Reki. You got to be ready for the opportunities as you're given them, but then executing is, you know, it's a completely different kettle of fish. 16-4 then, as 4 minutes have passed and 6 minutes remain. Ignis does have almost no HP there, waiting for the 225s. We'll get them. Rockets at this range aren't going to do... I'm an idiot. They're going to kill... They're just going to murder your opponent. I was going to say they won't do anything in that range. Well, this is why I was only ranked number 2 in the world when nobody played this game. Like 4 years ago. I used to be good at this game, I swear to God. And all these young players came in and they can aim. It's sickening, I hate it. 19-4. Grenades coming in. That's a scary thing in Doombringer. That's so scary. Yeah, Cygnus could absolutely die here off the back of that grenade. He won't, but he could have. He's gonna be on the Mega, that's nice. 20-4, I'm starting to worry for Reki at this point. Bang. Cygnus will do it again and again and again. And there we go. Reki will finally fire back. 200 health, 50 armor. Gonna go up with the jump pad up against the shotgun and the Gatling though. It's a terrifying combo. And yeah, loses a little bit too much. It means he's susceptible off the spawn. Now RJ though from Reki. He feels like he needs to bring the pace up a little bit. He needs to bring the fight to Cygnus, but Cygnus holds his serve beautifully well. And continues to. Thread on 2 that way, Cygnus. Yeah, I was going to say having a little bit of a messy fight, but he did compose himself there, hit 2 nice rockets, and actually quite a lot of trigger discipline being shown. Looking now to cement his place on this map. Shotgun doesn't quite do the full damage. Stuff from Reki there to get all of that damage done. Not able to get the frag though. And, you know, he is playing against time as much as anything. 21 frags to make up. Well, only 20 now, but it's going to be tough. And Cygnus knows that, yeah, if he pushes in aggressively here, if he doesn't let Reki start rolling, then this is more or less over. Even on Fata Morgana, one of the smallest maps in the pool, well, the smallest map on the pool today, it's still going to be so tough to make up this many frags in such a short period of time. And you can see it's still not even as simple as just racking up as many spawn frags as you can. Reki still needs to fight for each and every one here. And Cygnus, I don't think he wants to see the comeback. which is a shame because I do. But it's not happening. We will have to see what Reki can do on his own map pick. I believe it was GT4. I believe, which very different map. I think that should mean that Reki has more of a chance. The Cygnus look great. You know, susceptible versus Resper. That could have gone either way. It was a 2-1, but it was one of the closest 2-1s I've ever seen in Doombringer. And in this game, he's just looked like he's gone from strength to strength. Actually, it could be Aggressor rather than GT4. Yeah, we'll see. Reki has a few options. We'll call GG just a few seconds early. There we have it. Cygnus taking map 1 here in the women's bracket finals. Let's have a look at those replays. And it is going to be Aggressor as our second map. Of course, we did see Reki come out on top versus Prodigy here just a few moments ago. Here we are then. On board with Cygnus. Going to immediately grab that shotgun YA and now can try and make a play for the red or the telefrag / shotgun. He's got banged out. He's not had a good time, I'll tell you that. This is Reki's home. I mean, his real home is his computer where he, divines new netcode for Arena FPS of days gone by. But his home away from home is Aggressor. 6 HP, 0 armor, and a dream. A dream that, well, he's not going to live anytime soon. Cygnus, though, going to have some issue picking up this next Mega, too. There he is, taken out. Not going to be the Mega for Reki, though. Not yet, anyway. Two of them. Cygnus with the shotgun with that YA should be able to make something of a play here for red. We'll see how he approaches it. Coming down to the same level. One big shotgun, but yeah, she doesn't have the ammo here or all the weaponry really. Gonna have one more shot in his shotgun remaining, looking for a rocket. And oh, now he is very susceptible and Reki knows it. Reki absolutely knows it. He's going to be pushing on forward. Hits the one rail. Looks for the second. Slightly off the mark. And honestly, I think Cygnus did well there to make the most of his life. But it is still Reki picking up the frag. And now could well be the Mega, but the movement flub. And he has to drop and fight here if he wants to claim either major. Well, it could well have worked out. He's going to be on that red. He's got the 25. He's going to be on the Mega. 100 armor, 200 health, and direct changes things like. And now fighting for this next YA is a little bit more complicated. Still though, Cygnus doesn't feel comfortable enough to go for it. 3 to 5 then. As Cygnus tries, but Reki cannot be stopped. 6 to 3. Look at Reki go at this point. He is just turning it on. We're seeing the sort of play that we've come to expect from Reki. This is where Cygnus needs to really stem the bleeding. Can't let this go on for too much longer. Okay. Good start for things for Cygnus, but oh no. Recky's going to bring him down. And what could well have been the beginning of something beautiful falls apart for Cygnus. And he goes from bad to worse. Mega. YA as well. Clash. Recky looking for the rail. And well, he will hit, but Cygnus hits more than enough. Now Red and Mega up. Recky's going to be split between the two. Dives right onto the Mega. Cygnus, though, controlling this rocket, knows that that's incredibly powerful in the next order of business, but up against the shotgun here, could well be beaten out. No, Cygnus will clutch it. Damage coming out of Cygnus right now. Up against Recky's shotgun though. He is having to work for it. 225 is up against the YA. The blaster not going to do much of anything for Recky there. And we're almost at a tied game. But oh, the shotgun. No, actually the close range rail. That was ridiculous from Recky. He's going to try for more. Shotgun comes out though, and Cygnus, well, that should have been his fight. He actually flowed a little bit to begin with. Now, holding on. No, shotgun flying through the air. Is there anything more terrifying in all the video games? I'm not sure there is. 13 to 14 now. Cygnus is almost so very tantalizingly close to a tied game. There it is. Uncharacteristic miss there, 14 to 15. Gonna quick spawn and onto the Gotling. Somehow it works out. Now, trying to keep Recky away from the shotgun, and he does so successfully. 225s. Red is up. Can he drop onto it? Recky's there, but it doesn't matter. Shreds him with the Gotling. Onto the LG now, defending this way up against the shotgun, but he just pushes him regardless. This is absolutely sensational play from Cygnus. He's pushing his advantage. I honestly think it's a bit reckless. This could have gone wrong many, many times over, but his mechanics are allowing him to come out on top. And 19 to 15, 225s now up against a shotgun, but Recky can't connect. And for the first time in this map, Cygnus not only has the lead, but looks poised to take this series in a 2-0 sweep, but no, Recky answers back. 33 HP, all that he's got to work with. Plenty of armor. Would love this Magma. It's not coming up anytime soon. And ooh, that shotgun felt like a weak one to me, but it could well be enough as the damage starts to build up. He's chipping away at Recky. Slowly but surely, and Recky here, he's giving away a YA. He's going to get on the red, sure, but here's Cygnus. Oh, it doesn't matter what. The rail, the LG, all of it was so good for Recky, who now needs to defend his Mega. He's going to be pushing through with the hit scan once again, but drops one level too far, and that's Cygnus taking him down with the shotgun, now jumping over to that Mega. Going to clear him off a little bit as well. Gibbs flying everywhere. (22 to 17). Make that 18. Recky's not done yet. Not by a long shot. 7 HP. And a dream gives away the red though. And off the spawn. That is not what you want to see if you're a fan of Reki, who is going to be up against the shotgun, but 2 rails out of the back of his backside. And Reki, 1 frag now away from equalizing. Switches to the rail. 1 more. 1 more. For the fans. No, the Gotling. And the shotgun. Cygnus now, the reaction. And he's gonna... Oh dear. He's gonna do that. But Reki's right back at him. And now off the spawn. Cygnus in the same room. Switches to the LG. Does Reki. Has just about enough stack now to drop, I feel, with that Mega. But Cygnus is there. Ready and wait with the LG. It's 24 to 24. Cygnus wants the red. So does Reki. Though he can't get the frag. He's now going to chase through the telly because he knows not when to quit. Knows not when to give up. And he just pushes and pushes and pushes. And in the most circuitous fashion possible, he gets onto the red. They're going to trade out with the rails now as we head towards the Mega. But Reki is going to take 1 frag. And it could well be pivotal as 10 seconds remain. He's hiding out by the red. Mega's coming up soon. Does Cygnus know? Oh God, is Reki going to do it? He is. What a madman. Here's all of the highlights, of which there were many. Dear Lord, I'm gonna rest my voice for just a little bit. Well, I only have one thing to say, and that is welcome to Doombringer. It is a high-octane FPS cavalcade for the distinguished gamer. It is the connoisseur's choice, as they say. Oh dear Lord. Reki equalizing, and we go to a 3rd map. It is going to be Duel 2. Here is that bracket for you. It's Cygnus versus Reki here in the winners finals. We are currently 1 map apiece as we head to Duel 2. And this will be a barn burner. Reki off the start. It's going to be 2 AAs, the Mega as well. Now spamming with the grenade. Cygnus still manages to fight back reasonably well here, but he is that much lower on stack and eventually taken down. Continuing the charge is Reki, but it doesn't come off this time. Off the fisticuffs at dawn? Absolutely. I did tell you it was the connoisseur's choice. And there you go. Yep. Alright. Doombringer is happening. High-level duels. You know, sometimes frags just have comedic timing. There's not much you can do as a commentator in those moments. Well, there probably is, but I can't. Edge of heart. You know, if you want someone to properly bring you the atmosphere of the game as it is. As 4 to 6, a minute and 20 seconds in, things are happening, people are dying. 50s are being collected. A bit of a lull now in the action. They will find each other again like lost souls. I want to do 6 to 6 now. Reki with some swift movement there. Needs these 225s. We'll collect. As will the weaponry as well. And that's not always a luxury you get on Toxis 2. Or Duel 2. Sorry. Right, Christus. Cygnus will get taken down 7-6. Reki wants a place in the grand finals. And you know what? He might just get it. Playing fantastically well on aggressor. And coming out swinging to begin proceedings here on Duel 2. Now, this is a map that Reki, he doesn't feel super comfortable on. I mean, he's played it a lot. He just doesn't like it. And, you know, he'll occasionally lose to me here. But that is practice. And, you know, Reki's an interesting player in that he is so much better in tournament than he is in practice. A lot of people are the other way around. That Reki really thrives with the pressure, with the stakes, with it all to play for. Reki onto that mega as well, 11-8. It looked like Cygnus with a bit of an opportunity, but nothing comes of it. Cygnus hitting well here. Oh, misses one. Doesn't miss the second. For 9 minutes. 20 frags in 3.5 minutes. Only in Doombringer and Quake World and CPM and Warfort and Reflex. Quake Champions 2v2. Been a lot of games you can get that many frags, but hey, Doombringer's one of them. 11-11. Reki gets the better of him there, but Cygnus off spawn. Yep, this is about as close as we thought it would be. Cygnus, though, will take a commanding frag there. Oh, the red goes to Reki. I like that, actually. I think that steal was worthwhile. It means that Cygnus doesn't have quite the momentum he should to just be able to bully Reki here. Instead, he's on 60 HP, make it 85. No armor, though. And Reki can fight. Alright. It really was. 15-12. Cygnus now taking something of a lead. And Reki, I think, needs to take something of a breather. Sort of double back to the red. I think that's ideal. But, ooh, maybe with some good shaft here. Reki almost made it work. Surprised he didn't really. He's been hitting so much shaft today. And I think we saw one game he was at 48%, which is obviously just absolutely ludicrous. Cygnus, though, no slouch. Yeah, it's currently Reki on 43% LG, Cygnus on 38. Safe to say, both of the boys can aim. And there's that. Reki gonna just try anyway? Oh, direct coming out from Cygnus. And oh, fantastic little bump there, but it doesn't matter off the spawn. Reki is onto the red. Cygnus wants to have more damage here, but I don't know about that. And that's why the weapon advantage. I feel like it was always going to be there for Reki. It continues to be there for Reki, and with 6 frags to the difference, this is anybody's game. If he can... Yeah, we go. What is that from Reki? Sensational frag. Pushes in as well. He's got all the confidence now. Did have to burn the red off of Cygnus. Oh, what? No way. No way. Oh, he has no ammo. He now has the LG, but he's up against the rail. He's going to get the 50. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, no. 18 to 23. But what a disheartening way to lose your footing in this map. As Cygnus needs, I think, a few more frags, and then he can start playing defensively. He's going to be quite desperately waiting for this mega. It's going to go the way of Reki, surely, as he will get that frag immediately. Cygnus books it over to the red, but yeah, Reki would be there in time, and he's actually going to chase it with the rail. Hits one. Can he hit a second? Looking for it. Direct LG as well. Cygnus turns it around. 19 to 24, anybody's game, but I feel like there's been a few too many setbacks for Reki, few too many opportunities lost, but oh, I speak too soon. 1 rocket, 2 rocket, there's the frag, 4 to make up, 1 minute and 40 seconds, the time remaining. Can he do this? Absolutely, the shaft coming out, rocket as well. Over to the way. Cygnus would love to punish it. Doesn't have a rail of his own. In fact, neither of them do. Here's the LG. On the LG, Reki wins. It's on the low ground to the high ground. Advantageous in this game for sure. Onto the 50. Rail as well. YA will go the way of Cygnus, but Reki's here, and he draws first blood. It's 22 to 24 with a minute remaining. Out of the telly. Big rocket from Cygnus. Reki has to look for the red, the 50 as well. He's going to get the red, but without HP, that doesn't mean much yet. Going to hit this rail. 1 HP, direct rocket. It's a little bit overkill, but you love to see it all the same. Cygnus now, I think, is 1 banker frag away from taking this map and this series. Reki's got no choice but to rush in, and Cygnus has no choice but to put him down. 30 seconds, 5 frags, make it 4. It's technically doable. I wouldn't want to be in Reki's position though. He just has to hit absolutely everything, get lucky with the spawns, and he needs to hope that Cygnus doesn't slow spawn, because if he does, there's just not enough time left. Needs a 25. Oh, off the spawn. Maybe it could have been something, but instead, in this, the day of close games, the closest I think I've ever seen on a consistent basis in a Doombringer tournament, it is Cygnus 2-1 up. And that will be him going into the grand finals. Commiserations to Reki, congratulations to Cygnus, and that could well prove pivotal in who takes this tournament overall. We are going to be getting into Respa versus Prodigy on a European server relatively soon, but first it's going to be all of the highlights from today's tournament so far. Hello and welcome back to the Doombringer exhibition segment here of Realms Deep. We just saw Cygnus come out on top, barely, by the skin of his teeth, over Reki to book himself a place in that grand finals. Reki awaits in losers finals for the winner of this. A best of one between Respa and Prodigy, two of Europe's finest, arguably Europe's finest outright. And we'll see who gets the enviable pleasure of meeting Reki. We are once again on Duel 2. It's Evolution, it's Puck 322, it is Toxicity, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same, and it's always the best map in Arena FPS, bar none. Respa. He's going to be picking up the rail. Prodigy. Going to have old G. Oh no, he's not. He's got rockets. Bit of a slow start here. In the best of one. Very volatile, as you can imagine. It's not going to take a lot to lose this game. It's not going to take a lot to win this game either, as Doombringer can be quite snowbally. And I think both players, they're going to respect each other. The mechanical skill from these two is incredible. Frags will come quickly and they will come unexpectedly, and, you know, the punch is going to be super hard. So that might be why we see this fairly cautious play. They played against each other a lot. They know how hard each other hit. Playing off the sounds now. Prodigy from high ground. One great rocket. Wants to push him, but like I said, they both hit so hard. And that is 1 for 1. And somehow, Prodigy's the one that walks away with the red. Mega goes to Respa. The mind games. Now just straight up LG. But then, Prodigy. He's a good boy, you know. Hits those rockets up close each and every time after what was a very strange fight that preceded it. Respa gonna get some damage here, and on the low ground, Vicious with that LG, but look at the weapon selection from Prodigy. Fantastic. That's going to be the frag. 1 second too late was Respa. Prodigy hits that every day of the week, apparently. You can see how he's really trying to make the most of the weapon switch. It is instant in Doombringer. And then what that means is basically if you're using LG, you should always punctuate it with either a shotgun or, as is the case on Toxicity, a rail. There's really no reason not to if they're about to exit, but look at this damage out from Respa. It makes what should be a very simple situation that much more complicated, and gets caught in the back right now does Prodigy and taken down. Respa with his combat skills coming out on top. Go a little bit quiet again. It's an interesting dynamic. I feel like they're both playing reasonably cautiously. Now playing a much lower ping on the European server for both of them. Prodigy held his ground there. Moved on forward, took the way out. And great shot. And another. Prodigy's rail is being superb today. You know, this doesn't feel like casting a loser's match right now. It feels like both of them won their previous series because it was so close against such strong opposition. But yeah, sadly, one of these guys is going to have to get last place. And I tell you, that's one of the most well-deserved fourth place finishes that I've seen. Everyone has been on fire for that. Dropping down is Prodigy, looking for the final little tickle of damage to take Resper away. And he will. 8-2 now as we enter the second half. If you're unfamiliar with the game, do check out the website. It is doombringer.eu or search Doombringer on Steam, and you can either play the multiplayer for free or get the first episode of the single player campaign. Respina 3-8 on the Mega and has an opportunity at red here as well. We'll get it. And you can see how things can turn. But they're both playing fairly cautiously, and we're seeing a low frag game. What that means is when someone grabs control, they can catch up that much more easily because, well, the frag differential you expect to be there, given the length of time that Prodigy had control, isn't. 4 minutes to remain. One frag, all that separates them, but I kind of like Resper's position, or at least I did before that. Prodigy hits a fantastic rocket and follows up afterwards. Killer instinct. And there we go. Off the spawn as well. Of course he hits the direct. Has absolutely no ammo in anything apart from his bolter. Picks up the rocket for one. Now switching to the fist. And I think that's the third, maybe fourth even, melee kill we've seen today. You love to see it. And there we go. Prodigy now starting to stretch his legs and stretch his lead. Resper going to push in with the LG. Looking dangerous indeed, but not enough. It's really unfortunate for Resper. This is best of one in the losers bracket. He's not going to have another chance. He needs to beat Prodigy here. He needs to make up these frags. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. It's going to be tough for him. And look at Prodigy here. Very disciplined. Doesn't show too much for himself. Actually gets a lot of damage there for very small indiscretion, I feel, but that's sort of what happens when you get two mechanical monsters on a map together. Resper will be on the red, but he's going to take that direct, and it feels like every time you should be able to build motivation, rather than momentum. It just doesn't quite come off for him. Prodigy will put him down once again. Onto the red goes Prodigy. Resper couldn't stick around. Okay. This is it then. The last bastion of hope for Resper. Does he get 4th out of 4 in the tournament? Or does he move on to face Reki? So far, you've got to say it's the former, but he wants it to be the latter. Wells coming out of Prodigy, and that's going to slow down Resper. Anything that he might have wanted to do with that stack, any sort of aggression, it has been halted again and again and again. Prodigy doing so well here. On to the red he goes. 10 frags to make up in a minute. It's too much. It's too much. I'm sorry to say. Respa fans in shambles. 9 to 20. It is all but over. Pushing him now is Prodigy. This is the victory lap. And we are denied the last melee kill. But there we have it. Respa will be taking 4th. Prodigy will move on to play it against Reki in our losers bracket finals. Here's the bracket for you. It's going to be Reki versus Prodigy. Winner will face Cygnus. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. All the games today have been absurdly good. So much better than you can expect. Arena FPS games, look, they're beautiful. We love them. Get a lot of one-sided games. It's just the nature of the beast. But today, no. Each and every one has been entertaining. Each and every one has given us a new reason to cheer. And here are those highlights. Quite a few good moments there, I feel, for Respa, but yeah, a little bit too much. Prodigy making the difference. As we will have to do a quick server migration. So this is a North American tournament, which while Europeans are allowed to play... Ooh, we're staying London server. Okay, we're not moving. Reki wants to play Prodigy on his home turf. Interesting. We are not going to Duel 3. We are not going to Duel 1, actually. But it's going to be a best of 3 here in the losers bracket final. Between Reki and Prodigy. We are just waiting for our map picks and bans to come in. Reki will be banning Duel 3. Prodigy thinking hard. Aggressor is gone, which is smart. Duel 1 added by Reki. We will get to see the seminal Doombringer duel map. We're going to be going to GT4. Okay. Probably the 2 most similar maps in the pool for my money. So that leaves us with Fata, Duel 4, which is now gone. And I do believe... No, Duel 2 gone. Okay, so we're either playing Duel 4 or Fata Morgana for our decider. Doombringer is indeed made on Dark Places. If you'd like to download Doombringer, do go to the Steam page. Multiplayer is free. The first episode of the single player is now available as well. Fata Morgana's gone, so it's going to be a Duel 4 decider if we get there. Very interesting map pool, this. None of the faster maps. We're going to see the bigger, the more cerebral maps, especially Duel 1. I'm happy to see it. This is, in my opinion, the best map in Doombringer. And it's an original. It is in no other game, as far as I'm aware, which is always cool. It's got a few very, very nifty little features that I'll be pointing out as we get into this. We are on board with Reki, who I'm hoping is going to show us the best part of the map very, very briefly. No, he avoids the teleporter because of course he does, because I want him to do it. And Reki hates me. So a little bit of Doombringer lore there for you. The main programmer and the esports coordinator despise each other. He's now waiting under the LG. Yeah, this is the big focal point, the teleporter that drops you from the sky, because why not? Prodigy gonna take the first frag of the game, hitting already very well indeed with this rail. That is impressive. RJ up, fantastic response from Reki, but Prodigy's got the damage that he needs. Bang. 3-0 already. The dream start for Prodigy. I think the third for now is Prodigy. Wanted to go a little bit more aggressive there, I feel. But Reki, as he is so often wants to do, dealing damage in certain ways. Prodigy has to change his plans. He's just going to drop on him. Rail out at the wrong moment and he misses. And that gives Reki free reign. Can Reki also go on this Mega? I mean, I think the frag is a certainty. What he goes for after that is sort of his choice. Drops down, uses the bolter of all things. I'm pretty sure that was a miss switch. But hey, gets the job done. Now, through the telly. Prodigy, I think, wanted him to, as now Reki has the harder job to do. Has to hit those rails, but hey, if you hit them, it's all good. Gotling is powerful, can bring you down, but Reki holds on. And now 3-5 in the blink final. But that is bold, Reki. That is very bold. You love to see it. You really do. Prodigy. Dead in the lava, needs to hit one more bolter and he will. 25 damage here on the starting weapon. It is not to be trifled with, and that proved more than enough to take down Reki. 3 seconds until the Mega. I don't think Reki's going to be able to do much about it. Prodigy will just stand on there hatching the egg, but it's okay until it's not, because Reki hits 2 direct grenades, because Doombringer and that. Welcome. The most bombastic arena FPS of them all. Where the shotgun does 144 damage and you can shoot cross-map with grenades. And you can kill people with your fists. welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. It's happening again. They're doing it. There we go. Reki with 2 melee frags in one game. I am lost for words. And I tell you, that says a lot. Because I will talk endlessly at all times of day. But I'm actually speechless. Not even halfway in, 17 frags already. I said that Duel 1 is a little bit slower. It's a little bit more cerebral, but when you hit as hard as these two do, the frags come thick and fast regardless. Huge damage from Reki, but it's not enough. It wasn't coming up anytime soon either. A little bit odd, that. Okay. Apparently we're hitting those flicks now. He's 13. You gotta love Reki's position here. Surprised him just push in with LG there, but that plays for the rail. I guess up against a Gotling actually makes a lot of sense. Not RJ, just for the safety. Let's pick up the 50, but yeah, I feel like maybe Reki's missed a trick not going so quickly to the red, but again, what do I know? Is up with the red. Prodigy very, very quick there, and I tell you, the knockback on LG in this game is as such that low ground advantage is a very real thing, and it can be scary if you don't catch it early. That's what keeps this interesting. For as you know, Reki's ahead right now. But Doombringer can turn so quickly. And Reki, they're trying to be proactive with the shotgun, trying to get that frag and then, you know, maybe start to play defensive after that. But Prodigy will come out on top and now has a little bit of free reign himself. Doesn't have a huge stack by any means, but weapon advantage is there. And you know, he's surviving. He's got the Mega. He's going to have the YA. Now dives onto the red. And look at the damage here. It's going to be one round. Will be another Prodigy. Ooh, not the sort of shot you'd expect him to miss. And doesn't go for the ammo. Instead, wants to continue fighting. Reki takes him down with the shotgun. 16-10 now, though. As Prodigy will answer back. And I think this is a crucial map to win in the best of 3, as we are going to Aggressor shortly after. No, sorry, GT4. I take it all back then. This is still anybody's game, don't worry. 2 frags immediately for Prodigy, though, and 2 minutes remain. Oh, the rockets, though. They're good enough from Reki, and Prodigy hits very little. 14-17. Onto the Gotling. Prodigy wants to find Reki, you can tell. Wants that fight. And it's whether Reki wants to give it to him. There it is. 2 to make up. Mega in hand. YA as well. Prodigy. We'll eat 1 swap. We'll eat 2. Gets the fragment. Prodigy evens it up. "20 seconds. Oh, the damage coming out of Prodigy, but no, it's Reki. Gets on top, but he pushes forward. Was that a little bit hasty up against the shotgun? Prodigy is going to take him down, and this is it. This is sudden death, ladies and gents, boys and girls, everybody else as well. You're all included for this. Next frag wins red for Prodigy, but what is that fight? Oh, God. Oh, God. That is ugly. Let's watch some highlights. And on we go to GT4. We are on board with Prodigy, who just lost out in sudden death. Reki gonna take the first frag here as well. What? All right. Doombringer. Oh. What is happening? What is happening? Prodigy pushes in. Reki takes him down 2-1. As we take our attention, and we were going to refocus it on the Mega, but I think instead we're just going to watch Prodigy try and punish this red pickup. LG though looking weak, very shaky indeed, and yeah, Reki's going to take advantage of that each and every day of the week. Never in a month of Sundays you get away with that Prodigy. Not against this boy. But, oh, he finds some form once again. 20 HP and a dream, and the dream has come true. Up close. Now with a little bit of space, Prodigy spamming out with the grenades. Nothing up for another 10 seconds. And I do believe that's going to be lower YA first. Followed by red, YA, and Mega clash. But I think Reki should be in the better position for sure, as he does have that rail. But oh, a direct grenade. That's going to change things in a big way. And now up close, has to get the rockets out. The first one misses, but the shotgun is there. And Reki, I feel like, from what was a deleterious position as soon as he ate that grenade, has turned it around. Has 25s to pick up. YA as well. I don't know how he's going to really contest for this red, but I think he can find damage. Or just spam, you know? It's reasonable. It's a little bit safer. Going to be on this Mega. Has defended this room adequately. One shot though coming out from Prodigy, and you can see that Reki wants to use surprise to his advantage. There we go, 5-5 as Prodigy will even it up. Teskey doesn't give anything away and will dive on top. And I don't know how he did that. I don't know why he did that. I mean, just the brass balls required to jump on someone with 35 HP in this game of all. And you can see how quickly things can turn. Six to 6. Prodigy takes the lead. Rails on, rails on, rails. The shotgun's not enough, and Reki takes his 7th frag of the game. Now looking through the grate. He's just going to push in up against these rockets. Wants to win it early, but the Mega's already been taken. Prodigy had more stacks than Reki realized. And now he's going to drop on him with the LG. It's definitely enough, though. 9 to 8. As the games, they just couldn't get any better. They just couldn't. Each and every one is delivered today. It is a true joy to be here. And it's not over yet. 9 to 8. Prodigy, small advantage. Very, very small. And we've seen how quickly Reki, with his really decisive attacks, has been able to cut people down. But well, that frag goes to Prodigy. It does have a big stack. One of the biggest we've seen all game long. There we go. 12 to 8. A little bit more comfortable right now for Prodigy. Hits the back-to-back rail. And more. Absolutely clinical play right now from Prodigy. Hitting everything. Playing calm as well. Racking up the score. Making it look easy, and I promise you, versus a player like Reki, it is not easy. Let's come out. We are halfway through, and yeah, that's why it's not easy, because one shotgun is going to change absolutely everything. 8 seconds. It's going to be red Mega Clash. Reki's thinking, hit a direct grenade, get on the 225s, then continue the fight. Well, I tell you, wasn't the greatest idea that I've ever seen, but hey, points for trying as Reki is knocked away from the Mega Crates as well. Welcome to Doombringer. It's a wild world we live in. A world where things like that happen. Dios mío. Reki back on the ball. Reki finds the rail, looks for LG though, and Prodigy I think a better weapon selection there, but the damage comes out from Reki and he's going to clean him up. It is going to be Mega, he's got enough time to get to red as well. Looks for some ammo, or at least he would have wanted it, but the movement's not so smooth. Prodigy making it difficult for Reki, and he can't drop on the red. He has to respect Prodigy right now. And time is of the essence, and Prodigy just hits better with the rails. Reki wanted that 50. It wasn't there in time, and now once again we see Prodigy, the one leading the charge. He's going to be the guy that's setting the tempo and taking the initiative. 21 to 10. Reki walks away, but not without a couple of bruises. Reki pushes on in, okay. Okay, that's sort of what he needs here. I mean, I don't think on paper that's the greatest play in the world, but it works, and you've got to take some risks at this point. 21 to 12. boys are putting on a show right now, and Reki, I think, wants the 2-0. Is he going to be able to make it happen? Well, that's a fortuitous spawn for him, and absolutely with 2 minutes left, this is possible. We saw how Prodigy racked up the score. He stood center map, he went to the spawns, he quite systematically took Reki down, and now Reki can do the same. He's got a little bit of an issue in terms of ammo, and he's got quite a bit of an issue in terms of time. But 6 frags in 1 minute and 40, stranger things have happened at sea. Less, yeah. And I think that's the ankle breaker right there. I think if Prodigy can just make it a little bit messy, a little bit dicey for 1 or 2 more frags, then we're going to see this turn into a very difficult game for Reki. As of right now, it is possible. He needs the 50 bubble, though. Prodigy, well, it's already gone. He's defending the top YA. Oh, God. Reki pushes in there, and he almost makes it work, but I feel like Prodigy has now done too much. He's on the Mega. He's on the YA. He's now defending this red as well as getting a frag of his own, and that may well be it. That may well mean that we go to a third map. Prodigy in a commanding position right now. And I don't think he's going to relinquish it anytime soon. (26-16). It's another close one as we go to our decider. Prodigy or Reki in the grand finals versus Cygnus. That's what we're going to be figuring out. On GT4, it was Prodigy looking damn good. On Duel 1, it was Reki. And now we go to Duel 4. Show me the highlights. Sometimes I like to pretend that I'm on Family Fortunes, is what we call it in the UK. In the US, it's called Family Feud. Bridgeburner 56 with a raid. Thanks so much. And welcome to Realms Deep. And we go back to Duel 2 then. As we're trying to work out what map we're going to play. I'm easy. Whatever the boys decide is fine with me. But it looks like we'll be going to Duel 2, which I'm a fan of in general, and I'm a fan of between these two as well. I think they've been very, very evenly matched up to now. Do I favor one on Duel 2? I must say I favor Prodigy here. Reki, as much as he's okay at toxicity, he's not bad by any means. It's just not his home. It's not where he feels most comfortable. He dislikes the map, and I think that's always gonna be in the back of his brain. And this one goes out to my boy GMT. Thank you, Reki. Thank you. If you lose, though, I'm gonna feel terrible. Reki, of course, once got paid for beating me in Doombringer. Congratulations to him. DK also got paid for beating me in Doombringer as part of Organ Grinder on Tasty Spleen TV, a partner of Realms Deep. I'd recommend you go out and check those VODs if you're not familiar with Tasty Spleen already. Reki with the bolter jump on 4 HP. He's a suave guy. What can I say? He's got class. He's got taste. He's elegant and regal and majestic and so many other things. But most of all, he's leading by 1 frag. Look at the Gotling guy. Welcome back, Bridge Burner. Thank you for choosing the Doombringer multiplayer section of Realms for your Saturday night entertainment. Reki will get the better of Prodigy there, 3-1. Immediately. Answered though. Great damage coming out from Prodigy, but yeah, ammo's the thing. Ammo is a serious consideration in this game. You can see the effects of it quite clearly there. Prodigy, oh dear lord. With the Gotling. Now the red and 5-4. They are just going at it right now. As Prodigy takes a little bit of spill into the drink. It's going to be on that Mega though. It's basically fresh spawn stack, but Reki's on a whole lot less. And a rail at that range, because yeah, why not? A rocket like that, because again, why not? When you're Prodigy, you make your own rules. Bang. 8-4. Quarter of the way in. Reki, be careful. He needs to slow things down a little bit here. He's going to be able to steal away that red. The stack, though, still huge for Prodigy. And yeah, I don't like that teleplay at all from Reki. It does feel difficult on Duel 2. In the out of control position, it can feel like you have very few options. You got to get creative, especially in Doombringer. He's going to go for an assault on the red. It doesn't come off. Prodigy does exactly what he needs. 13-4 now. A little bit ugly. Got to be said. Struggling to see the end for Reki right now. Okay, Reki on the board for the first time in a little while. Gonna have to try and push this advantage. Doesn't really have the stack yet. He's got the frag that should buy him the stack. It should get him a free item or two, but no. With grenades like that, who needs anything else? Red is going to be up as well, and I feel like Prodigy's in a better position to take it. Big rocket. Oh, but it actually plays in the favor of Reki. He's now going to drop down, hits a beautiful direct, and the assault continues. 16-9. These leads can evaporate very quickly. The rally goes. Pushing forward with the LG, hitting not so well. That's the 100 ping coming into play, I feel. And now Prodigy once again has an easier job, snack advantage, frag advantage as well. Now one is usually enough as we enter the second half of this map. A place with the grand finals, a date with Destiny versus Cygnus for the victor. For the loser, I'll probably DM them like, nice one, bud. Cheers for playing. The stakes literally couldn't be higher. Reki will take a 20th spill of the game. Gonna need to see something out of him soon. We're gonna have to see another gear. This Prodigy continues to play the ABCs very competently indeed. He's slow to a crawl. Until we don't. And this is Prodigy with the route. Looking to just shut any ideas Reki might have. Shut them down. You are never getting this Mega. You are never getting this Red. Prodigy's running the items very well right now, but doesn't actually have a massive stack. But oh, you hate to see it. In this game, if you shoot underwater, your LG, you die. You also output a massive amount of damage to anybody in range that you're aiming at, as goes along with, I believe, it's your ammo. But yeah, it's always an instant kill on yourself. So a little bit of mistake there from Reki. Would have gone the same way, more or less, regardless, I think. Credit to Reki for sticking in this. Still fighting. Still trying to find the edges where he can. 3 minutes remain. Reki. Can you do it? Chat. I want to hear. I want to hear who you think's going to do it. Do you believe in Reki? Or do you think that Prodigy's lead is too large? That could well be a pivotal moment as Reki continues a little bit on the warpath. Now, you can see he's building up speed, he's building up momentum. He's going to put himself just 9 frags away from the sudden death. Make that a sensational play from him. He's going to have to push in here. Every move he makes from now on is going to be aggressive. And aggressive and aggressive and aggressive. More and more and more. As the time ticks down, because he's just losing options at this point. And you can see a little bit of desperation in Reki's play there. And that could well be the decider. But no, he comes back swing. He's on to the red. He's going to be collecting that. Now, with the rocket round the corner with the rail, that is sensational. Reki on the board once again. And if he keeps up this momentum, we're going to have to see something a little bit different from Prodigy to keep him at bay. 5 frags only. Rail at range, needs to hit everything, can't quite do it. And once again, I wonder if we are moments away from the foregone conclusion that is Prodigy entering our grand finals from loser's side. Reki will push on in. Reki will fall again and again and again as Prodigy, arguably the best player in Europe right now, unable to take down the mighty Zorak War. No, Reki. What am I saying? Nobody can take down Zorak War. I must be going delirious. And this is it. Prodigy will be moving on to the grand finals. Well played to both. An entertaining series once again. There it is. And here is your bracket. Cygnus versus Prodigy coming up. The grand finals. It is going to be a best of 5, 1 map advantage to Cygnus. We'll be getting into that very shortly. But before that, we're going to have a brief break and have a look at our highlights thus far. Hello and welcome back to the Doombringer multiplayer exhibition here at Realms Deep. We are about to get into our grand finals between Cygnus and Prodigy. It has been an absurdly good day for Doombringer. We have seen so many great matches, so many great frags. The highlights, well, they've almost been endless, as I believe you were just on a loop watching them. But here we have it. It's a best of 5, 1 map advantage to Cygnus, having come through the winner's bracket. Prodigy has fought valiantly, losing to Reki in round 1, beating Respite, then beating Reki in a rematch, and is now here to stake his claim as the best player in Doombringer, not called Zorakwa, which is really all we're ever fighting for. We're okay with it. We've made peace with it. Because we are doing our map picks and indeed our bans. It looks like we're going to be going to Duel 3, Aggressor, GT4, and we won't be going to, I believe, Duel 2. Oh, we're going to see a Duel 3. That's really exciting, actually. We haven't seen that yet today. It is the newest map in the map pool. It's one of the weirdest maps, and it's an interesting one, actually, because when it was being developed, which is, you know, sort of ongoing, it played and was thought about in a completely different way to how it is now. The placement has changed a little bit, which means that geometrically, it's very, very favorable to be using the LG. But where the LG spawned before sort of meant that didn't matter. Because it was just too hard to get, and there was no ammo, and it was rough. But now, it's that little bit more accessible, and it's all different. Well, here we are then. In our grand finals. As soon as we have the Cygnus has been poisoned. That's a shame. We are going to Fata Morgana. I feel like this is a good place to start. This is going to be all out. We're going to see them aim their, I don't know, aim their asses off. There we go. Here we go then. On this, the aimiest of aim maps, 2 Titans enter the ring. Only one will leave. Cygnus versus Prodigy here in the grand finals, and we are on board with Prodigy, who tries to get a little bit of luck with the grenade. Nothing quite comes of it, and yeah, this is already, I think, quite telling of what things are going to look like here. How you have to play around a strong LG play here on Fata Morgana. You cannot give away anything, because the knockback is so high. If you are above them, you are going to die very shortly. Prodigy. Yeah, you can see trying to move into the free air up against the hits, and it just doesn't work. And Cygnus, dear Lord, absolutely brutal with the LG, and he will continue in that same fashion. Fantastic switch as well. Prodigy is apparently a little bit tipsy. Cygnus is apparently poisoned. You know, this is an interesting match. The drunken master versus a man whose dying wish is to win a Doombringer tournament. Who's gonna win? So far, it's the dying one. Somehow, that makes sense. Dropping down now is our Cygnus, as he has Prodigy in the corner. Nobody puts Prodigy in the corner. And he'll back out of there, and oh, what is that? Fantastic from Cygnus. Fantastic. I think it looked a lot cooler than it was actually good, but it looked pretty cool. I love the little grenade shoot on this map. There's just this little chimney you can shoot grenades through, and it's pretty useless, to be honest. I can't think of a time where that grenade, you know, would be useful. But it's fun. I like it. On to the Mega is Cygnus, just defending his positions very well at the moment. Huge damage. Mega we go. Cygnus playing, I actually think, a pretty conscientious style so far. Hasn't been pushing his advantages that hard. And that is, yeah, that's the thing of beauty right there. But look at him. He's so calm at the moment, so composed. And in true esports fashion, the grand final is going to be terrible, isn't it? Just how it always is. The semi-finals, amazing. Get into grand, suddenly everyone's cursed. Cygnus. Oh dear. Oh dear. What a good. 11 to -2 then. Up to -2. Cygnus looking large and in charge as Prodigy. Oh, just about. Has a bit of a whiff to begin with, but does eventually find his target. Good shot that. Starting to lose a little bit of hope for Prodigy. It is Fata Morgana. Things can swing, but he's going to have to get going sooner rather than later, and through the window. All the way to the wall. But, oh, giving away the freebie, just jumping on the sword that is Cygnus's LG. Questionable, and that is equally questionable, but who designed these grenades is the question. And the answer is a very drunk Swedish man, probably. I don't know that he's drunk for sure, but chances are good. $17-0 then. Prodigy. We're going to need to see something soon. We're going to have to see a different look, a different pack. He's going to be using the shotgun here. 1 HP only, but Cygnus still comes out on top. He can't keep getting away with it. I mean, he probably will, but, you know, memes. Prodigy pushing in with the rockets. Not quite enough. RJ from Cygnus. Look, he just wants to deny everything from Cygnus, from Prodigy. He doesn't even want it for himself, honestly. He's dropping to ridiculously low health. He doesn't care. He's still RJ. And he's just saying, unless you get an incredible run, which you're going to need a lot of snack for, by the way, you're not taking 20 frags off him. And I think he could be right, but there's Prodigy taking the first. And now it could be more. Does he have what it takes? Number 2 in the books. 18 more needed. So far, so good. You can see Cygnus, he's got this other gear. He'll take it slow. He'll avoid you. We'll look for this little chip damage here and there, but Prodigy does come out better. Dropping here. It's risky. But the timing's good. Jumping up. Cygnus was prepared, and I think that's probably a surprise for Prodigy. He thought he was doing something a little bit sneaky, but he's going to win out anyway. And he doesn't have the stack now, but he's done well. He's weathered the storm a little bit, but ooh, no, 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 no. That is what we call a momentum killer. Immediately, the question comes to mind, is there time? And I'm sorry to say, I don't think there is. Cygnus looking a little bit too solid. I must say, just really clean play from him. Nothing too showy on Pato here. He's just done what he needs to, and nothing more. I feel like he's let Prodigy give him what he needs, more so than, you know, really chasing it. There's not a sense of desperation in Cygnus's play at all. Very composed. I mean, he's also done that, which is dumb, but, you know, it's alright. I'll forgive him. There it is. What could well be the last hurrah for Prodigy on this Fata Morgana. Cygnus, of course, did have a one-map advantage coming into this grand finals from the winner's bracket. And will now be 2-0 up. And while we wait to get into that second match, let's reflect on the best moments of Fata Morgana. And we are now on Duel 3. One of the most controversial maps in all of Doombringer. One of the newest maps in Doombringer as well. And recently with this art pass, which, oh, doesn't it look great? This is going to be the first time on the stream today we get to see the single-barreled shotgun. That's exciting. I call it the fun gun. It's a shotgun, and you shoot it quickly. It's lovely. It's not particularly strong, but it is lovely. Who's going to get the maiden frag? It will be Cygnus. 5 HP to his name, but 5 HP more than Prodigy. Now 55. And making a play in the mid-map. Going to take Prodigy down and now looks for the respawn. Beyond this mega, plenty of time to get to red as well. Struggling a little bit for ammo, but he's got more than enough to take down Prodigy. 3-0 after the first minute. Beautiful stuff from Cygnus. Once again, composed. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Really. You see, Prodigy, he's the one initiating the fight there. He's the one trying to make things happen, and Cygnus is just letting him. Oh, Cygnus going from strength to strength in this tournament in the first round up against Resper. He was actually looking at an upset. He was looking at the loser's bracket, but here he is in the grand finals, 2 maps up, and just playing so clean at this point. As I say that, of course, he does take a very ill-fated fight. There's Prodigy. Oh, wanted to get in the driver's seat, but is sent packing. Okay, firing back. This is competitive right now. Prodigy will get the levitate, the frag as well. It's 7-3. Onto the LG ammo. That is more or less a major item on this map. Ammo's a serious consideration on Duel 3, and the LG is just that perfect range in most areas of this map. So you're going to see a lot of it. Prodigy will take down Cygnus. 7-4 now. Big rocket though. Cygnus, he just smells blood. He wants to go in here, and I'm not entirely sure why, but oh dear lord. He's done it. He has done it with the fists of fury. Huge damage with the Gatling. Gonna switch, hits the rail as well, and another. Cygnus turning it on and turning up. Running away. Done what he can. Is struggling for ammo here. Cygnus will know Duel 3, but as I say, a newer map. The routing's not going to be quite as clean as it is elsewhere, which means that running out of ammo and not knowing exactly how to incorporate the ammo box into the rest of your plays, definitely a consideration here. You can see he's running out of most things, but he's okay for now. 10-4. Not able to get on that mecha, but oh, gets the frag anyway. Are you kidding? That's horrible if you're Prodigy. It just feels like you've done everything right there, and it's gone horribly wrong. Dropping down. Cygnus. Not gonna let his grip over this grand finals go. And Prodigy probably feeling a little bit lost at this point. He's going to be on the route. 2 frags, rather 2 shots, will give him the frag. But at 14-5, you start to wonder. Prodigy, if you got it what it takes, if you got enough gas in the tank. Let's see. He's got the stack. He's got the ammo. Pushing. Oh, and it's gone horribly wrong. Cygnus. Relentless. Absolutely relentless. And what should have been such a moment for Prodigy, 150 armor to go along with 100 health. Meanwhile, Cygnus was more or less a fresh spawn. And yeah, That's a heartbreaker for you as Prodigy, and it feels like you did all that hard work and nothing came of it, and now you got to do it all over again. Like Theseus and his rock. You got to march up that hill. Desperation on the red. One shot. Two shot. Almost. There he goes. And just for good measure. A little bit of a crater. Okay. 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Prodigy's gonna get the frag. He's got a rocket, he's got a shotgun, he's got a little bit of stack. And by little, I do mean little. Cygnus takes him off the spawn. And this could well be curtains, I think. It is a foregone conclusion at this point at 20-7 here on Duel 3, a map that snowballs at the best of times. And while it will be the red for, no, rather the mega for Prodigy, and indeed the red, how can he possibly make up this frag deficit? Cygnus back on the board, and he doesn't even need to be. Gotling out. Not quite enough, needed one more shot. 12 frags in 2 minutes. We are talking about very borderline of possible here. And with each passing second, that borderline moves just a little bit. Prodigy looking to get a few frags for the montage. Get it in the mon, they say. I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's kind of possible. This could happen. If it does happen, it's the greatest comeback of all time in esports history. But it could happen. Prodigy with all the stat. Struggling a little bit for ammo outside of his LG. Looking for the rocket. Not going to connect. And I think that is more or less that, as Cygnus has done a very good job actually of just ghosting off the map, which is hard to do in Doombringer. And hard to do on Duel 3 as well. But he has proven himself. He was the #1 seed. And he will be your champion here at the Doombringer Duel exhibition. That's part of Realms Deep. Beautiful stuff from him throughout. Respa gave him a serious run for his money, as did Reki. Grand finals a little bit more of a one-sided affair, but still a valiant effort from Prodigy. It is Cygnus that is your champion. Let's have a look at that bracket. It was Cygnus over Respa. It was Reki over Prodigy. Cygnus 2-1 over Reki. And then a 3-0 in the grand finals. Fantastic play from him and everyone else today. Thanks so much for playing to the players. Thanks so much for watching to the viewers. And yeah, thanks to everyone involved. Producer especially, Gelmo-san in the background. He's pressing the buttons. He's doing a great job of it. Very nice to work with as well. I have no complaints. And yeah, we're going to watch some of the highlights because there were a lot of them. There was a huge number of them. And then we'll be moving on to Insanity Death.